I'm good now. That's great. Good to see you, Lizé.
Good morning. It's so good to see you. How are you?
You're
Good
good.
morning to everyone. Good morning, Margaret. If you guys would like to just tell us where you're from in the comment section, where you're tuning in from, say hi.
Hello. Hello, hello. We have a very special topic today for all of you who are joining and listening. And Lizé has also, she told me she has some special stuff also to announce. I'm curious. Let's hear. So, and if you haven't heard yet the news, Lizé and me are gonna start a podcast series. On Orgastic Live. Of course, you don't want Orgastic Live. It's too much, you know, it's too much. Then you are going to be too much, and you don't want to be too much because then you are different than the others, right? But I can tell you my life is so much greater since I'm living my different. It's so much more fun. It's so much life. So Sarah is also here. Hi. Wonderful. Are we starting, Lizé?
Yeah. We're starting. Off you go.
Off we go. So you want to start with your announcement right away, or
no, it doesn't matter.
Or make it more excited to the end, wherever.
Be more excited. I just actually wanted to just inform everyone that very soon I will be hosting a breathwork and microdosing retreat. And it's all around connecting and activating the goddess consciousness within. And it's not, as you guys will look at my Traveling Licks page, that last post that I did, me in that fancy dress, that is not what goddess consciousness is. It's not just putting on a fancy dress and going into the forest and looking like a goddess. But it's really tapping into that Amina Mundi, that sacred, and it's not just feminine, it's all combined, and to properly integrate that into the life, so you can find balance and find that peace and that grace and carry that with you throughout your life. And that also really taps into that orgastic living. So yeah, that's my announcement.
That sounds super, Lizé. That's what I always see with women, that it's not so much on and not so much lived yet on this planet. And how does it get even better than that? And actually, you can have it always with you. No matter where you are, no matter how you are dressed, no matter what you do, no matter with whom you speak, you can always have it and be it. So that sounds really great. I hope everyone is hopping in, because Lizé is amazing. She has an amazing energy to just hop on and be with her. That's gonna change already something in your world. It's so fun. She's so much fun to be with her. So let's go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'd really like to touch on that soul on fire topic of yours, with not being too little on fire and not being too much on fire. So yeah, how do you get to practice that throughout your day?
Yeah, you practice that also in coming out of the limitations where you limit yourself, and look at your trigger points, because these are already your limitations. Also, what makes you angry can be a lived lie. Living a lie because you bought something from others, or because you took some mindsets from other people, mainly about our parents. and schools and, everyone who tried to form us.
Yep.
So it's good to unchange that and unwheel that and let it go, and start living from your heart and really start creating what you are capable of, and what you truly desire to create for your life, for your soul, for your body, and for your happiness. Because it's no one here around, no partner, no child, who is here actually responsible for your happiness. No, I know that also in relationship we are kind of thinking that it's the partner who needs to make us happy, but it's never gonna happen, or our parents or whatever, or the society. It's not. The good thing is that it's really within you. You have access to your happiness, and it's actually not something which you make up from your mindset. It's really like coming from your heart and living from your heart and being in your heart and being touchable, being vulnerable with yourself, and stop, being so strong and hush with yourself. Being kind with you is the starting point. Because when you start being kind, then it's also very softer in you. And I know that because I was a very harsh person with myself, very critical, always like going for perfection, very stressed over the whole time. So, softness is the key. Kindness is the key. And at the same time, also what we don't want, and this is what I'm just being with it at the moment, I found out that actually being evil, how does it go with godness? Well, when you always try to be nice, which is not kindness, and pleasing everyone else, then it takes a lot of your potential away, or you are not really connected with your potential, or not living it really, because you're so much spending time with being nice and pleasing others, which is also not really something which makes you happy and your body happy.
There's no point in being nice. Just be sincere.
Sincere and touchable, vulnerable, and I'm very direct. I'm very, very direct. I speak out whatever comes up with no judgments and no, and also no, how do you say it in English, where you don't put it on others, very responsible with taking care of what's coming up in a very kind way with myself, because it's just here to be healed anyways. So.
And the more we heal, the more happiness we generate. Because like you said, happiness is not something that you make up or pretend or have to go and find somewhere on the external world. You already have it. Like, I was already happy with everything in my life. I just needed to see it. And that's the thing. And I needed to listen to self and what I call spirit. So it's really just staying in tune and, like you say, acting from the heart. If something is making you unhappy, or if something makes me angry, I'm going to express that. Simple example, I was sitting on a beach with a brand new friend we haven't met, and we were just playing guitar, and he played this beautiful song that just, it opened up the tears of heaven in my being. And I was trying to hold back my tears so much. The song touched me so much. And I just looked at him and I said, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm just going to let it rip. And I was bawling on the beach in front of everyone. And I couldn't care less, it just had to happen. And that really helped me just stick more in tune with my authentic self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so great when you let it go, because sometimes it can just be your heart which needs this you know, being touched from your heart is so nourishing. It's so totally nourishing the wholeness of us. And yes, we heard that, you know, we're not allowed to have tears. We can't show up like that. And what are they thinking and all that? But holding back is never the answer. Never,
No.
ever. It's stressing so much the body. And actually, it's also an invitation. For me, it's always being authentic with just who you are in this moment, and being with it and also showing it is so much more lightness and such a big gift for everyone else. It's like an invitation for everyone else to join and come and be also just authentically here. Just because I think if everyone would come more from your authentic self and from your heart, then how would the world look like? How would we be together if nothing needs to be hid or hidden, and we can just be like these little kids, actually, the little people who just come to totally innocent and just having fun and joking around and playing and having fun and being happy and just asking if they need something. I mean, for me, that's my life. Very simple.
Simple life. And with the knowing that if there is something on your external reality that is triggering you or upsetting you, take the situation. I like putting the situation in a little bubble and then remove myself from the situation on an emotional level. Even though I might still physically be in that situation, emotionally I try to create separation in order for me to actually just get a different perspective of what is happening in there that is creating this feeling within me. Because if I'm feeling that, then there's obviously something I need to work on. So if I'm getting upset because someone didn't put on the indicator, it's not aimed at me. It was never aimed at me. It was or most likely me just not being happy with myself, having not put on an indicator at some point in time. So it's always a cycle that comes back. It's an external expression that's being reflected back at me to help me. It's that simple.
Yeah, for me, it's always an invitation to come back more with your heart and more within you, if something is triggered too. And I sometimes just go, if there is like, sometimes you look at stuff, all your trigger points, and it's still showing up. And then I'm asking, like, universe, show me the gift in that, or what haven't I seen yet or acknowledged in that. Or and sometimes I just go like, Holy Spirit, just change my perspective on that point. And it will, because then it's out. I gave it out. The emotions are down like kind of away, because you just gave it up. You gave the significance up and the controlling of it up. And then you're happy again, and the universe is going to show you other possibilities to be with it or to choose something different.
Definitely. It's that utter surrender, you know, when you're like, I'm so done. What am I, like you say, what am I not seeing? And there's this beautiful mantra affirmation that I like to do when I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing, and my own ego and my own thoughts are getting in the way of what my heart is trying to tell me. Is whenever I'm analyzing a situation, I would sit and ask myself questions and then admit that my ego is seeing things. For instance, I know I am angry, see truth. And I would repeat, see truth. I know that my anger is currently making me not see things, see truth. My anger might cause me to act out, see truth. And you just come to all these tiny little admittances. I don't even know if that's the word, but it is today. Yeah, and that's acknowledgement. That's acknowledging the self. It's acknowledging your emotions, your well-being. And then from that, like you say, at a surrender point, it creates a space. And whenever there is space, it allows them to come in.
Totally. And what I want to put into is that your emotions are just coming. It's like first there is a mindset. First there are thoughts, and then these thoughts are starting to create emotions and feelings. And very often it's not even yours, because most of the people who are listening to what we are speaking here are for sure very strong empaths, and having an amazing awareness of the surrounding of other people's. And most of the time, like kind of 98%, it's not even yours. And we think very often that it's ours, and then we are like hanging in and not wanting it, and that's mainstream. But if you just come and ask also this question, like, is it really me? Does it really belong to me? Is it really me, or is it just my awareness of other people around me? And then what I do is, like, everything which is not mine, I just send it back to all the original senders with total consciousness. Sending it, because lots of us are healers in any ways. I mean, healing is happening in so different ways, and we tend to still do it through our body, and still all the trigger points have a look, but very often emotions and feelings are not ours, or even pains or intensities in the body is not even ours. So I just go and send it back, and then it's light again. I do that, I say this until it's light again, and it's so much easier for me, because I'm already since 20 years really strongly on healing my stuff and changing and creating and asking for more greatness of myself every day. So when I heard that you might notice, you go happy somewhere, and then suddenly, as out of nowhere, you feel like sad or angry, and you have no explanation, nothing happened in between. And that's exactly where for sure you just have an awareness of another person who is sad and I was like, when I was younger, I was strongly like that, calling someone, totally my happiness, and then putting the phone down and running tears and totally sad. And I was like, I'm crazy. Nothing happened. And until I found out that I'm just aware of other people's stuff so strongly.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. I experienced the same thing where I would be in my absolute best state, and all of a sudden, from nowhere, I would just get frustrated and annoyed. And I know that's not me, because it's such a weird frequency, and I just don't like it. So then immediately I would ask, okay, is this my emotion that I'm experiencing? And more often than not, it's not mine. And I know exactly, and then most people would probably ask, yeah, but how do you know? Because immediately, if it's not mine, I would get back to my old self. I would be all spunky, and then I'm like, whew, that's a sigh of relief. And if it is mine, then the feeling won't go away. So then I know, okay, something that I need to work on. But I also like sending it back, but with full consciousness and with a little package attached to that of, I send it back so you can discover what it is that you need to heal. And then my work is that. Yeah. And then I carry on.
Yes. It's not making things so significant is really something. Yeah. Orgastic life, living your orgastic life has something to do with all these little parts which we just told you to take care of, and giving you some insights. Actually, we wanted to do something completely different. We wanted to go with the topic how you create your life, but it turns out like that, which is so fun. We also wanted to give you a short meditation, Maybe we put it on the next time, but I think today we have already great stuff to listen to that and to re-listen to that, and start checking all those little exercises out. Check it out. Have a look if it works for you, and what works for you, or even have a look what works for you and then change it to yours more.
Yeah, because what works for one person is not necessarily always going to work for another person, because we are so diverse with all the experiences that we've had in life. And so our podcast will be out. Our first one will probably be out in August. Yeah. And we will be recording it on Zoom. So we will send you guys the link so you can come and join us on Zoom. It's just better that way. And trigger alert, it also shows your commitment to yourself. So yeah, just stay committed to yourself, and the rest will.
Yeah, well, I have already podcasts, so I would put it then on YouTube, where I have all my podcasts already going on. And don't listen to that because it might have some great stuff. Yeah, don't check it out. It could bring more joy in your life. Yes, and how does it get even better than that? That's also some, and what else is possible? I'm always in questions, actually, because being in question is like, universe, just, start doing something. Just bring new possibilities in. Just start creating with me. Come on. Show me the new possibilities. Show me a different way of living. Show me what is more my life gonna make more worth it to live it. Even it's already amazing.
In that child state, kids are always asking questions because it's the only way they learn how to do things. Same with being adults. I'm going to start doing this when I say adults and putting it in inverted commas, because I'm really starting to feel like there's no such thing.
For me, adults is just actually taking care of yourself now, also more consciously, and just being the same innocent, high frequency, super connected little one, actually, just in a bigger body, not knowing anything and being very simple with your life, just being and having fun and exploring and experiencing and creating and getting awareness and just choosing differently.
Definitely. In the wise words of Alan Watts, be here now.
Yes, totally. It's so amazing how much, because since I'm born, I'm with kids, and my first work was being a kindergarten teacher, and I have now the praxis also with kids and youth, I think we say, and it's so amazing how kids are so normal present, really totally present when they play, and how often parents don't like that when they are so here, and then disturb them or want something else from them, rather having them just finishing their play or just telling them something, then rather disturbing them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's quite sad. Kids are such a privilege. They're such mirrors. I love working with kids because you have to choose my words so carefully because they remember, first of all, yeah, but you said yesterday. So then you have to check in, like you can't lie to them, which is good because every time I try and practice my word manipulation to get into the little beings to make them understand, it's a great practice for me with adults as well, and giving adults the space to express themselves as well.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh.
So, was that it for today?
I think
Is there
that was
anything
all.
else? Yeah.
I mean, there's so many other things, but we will
I'm
be
so
sitting here.
excited. I have something. I'm so excited. Today I'm starting a new class for 9 weeks, which is, the title is Evolving with and in Relationship.
Ooh.
Woohoo! And I'm so excited because I never know what I'm going to speak about, how it's going to show up. I just throw myself in and dive into that and then see with the group what we can create with that and where changes wants to happen, and clearing a lot of program stuff which are limiting us in having more fun with other people, with us, and then with other people, no matter who they are and what they are, which role they are playing, and bringing more lightness, but also more expansiveness in that and more choice possibilities in it. So I'm so excited where we go with that and what else we can create with all that.
I'm just as excited for our journey. We say this every time. The excitement doesn't go away.
Yes. Life is so excited when you don't know and just and you're just open to receive and see what's happening. It's like Christmas every day.
It is. It is. I love it. It's like literally expect the unexpected.
Yes.
Just stay open, and magic is real. Magic happens all day, every day. You just need to see it.
Yes, you are magic. We're just not living it because we have not been allowed to live it. But everyone is so magical. And it's so great when we start living our magic and working also with our magic.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, Katharina, thank you so much for giving your time to the world and to me, and your energy is always so much appreciated. You are just a breath of fresh air, and your grace and your radiance is so appreciated in this life.
So grateful for you too, Lizé, and thank you very much for all this nice and all these possibilities what we can create here together. I love that. I really love it, because you can do so much alone, but it's so much more fun when you have someone where the magic is happening.
Yeah.
And it's joyful and it's fun, and yes. So inviting you all now to have a look when our podcast is showing up. Of course, we're gonna tell you and send out emails and send out on Instagram and Facebook. You, of course, are gonna see it. Then you just need to click, of course. That's your job.
Yeah, and switch on your notifications. If you don't know how to do that, you just go into our profiles. There's a little bell usually at the top right corner. Click on that and just say switch on all, so you don't miss anything.
Great. And for all the future people who are going to listen to that, I'm also welcoming you and look up I'm sure with Lizé, we're going to create some more stuff. I'm sure there's some more possibilities in. Okay, let's see. And all of you have a wonderful week ahead, wonderful time. Turn your magic on.
I like that catchphrase. Turn your magic.
Turn your magic on. and have fun and thanks so much, Lizé, for your time too, and for all this joy which are spreading around the world.
Oh, it's my utmost pleasure. Thank you. I'll see you soon, Katharina. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
We'll see
You
you
bye.
soon.